Hello everyone, this is Ms. Chelsea and today we will be reviewing linear equations and graphing. Going forward, let's keep in mind that linear equations experience a consistent change by addition. Linear equations all have a degree of 1. This means that x cannot have an exponent or a root attached to it. Linear equations have a slope, meaning an average rate of change. We denote the slope by the letter m. M is equal to the change in y over the change in x. We can write this as delta y over delta x or rise over run. It's the vertical movement on a graph over the horizontal movement. There are 3 different ways to find slope. First, we're going to look at the example -1, 3, and 0, 1 and use these 2 points to find slope. Let's try plugging these 2 points into a table. So the first point goes on the first row. That would be x is -1 and y is 3. And the second point goes on the second row. That is x is 0 and y is 1. Now, according to our slope formula, m is equal to the change in y over the change in x. So if we subtract 2 y coordinates, 3 minus 1 is -2, and we subtract the x coordinates of the same 2 rows, 0 minus -1 equals +1. Then we can divide the 2 differences. So divide the change in y over the change in x, -2 divided by +1, to give us a slope of -2. Now let's try the second method. We are going to use the formula m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 minus y1 is another way of saying the change in y between 2 points. And x2 minus x1 is another way of saying the change in x between those same 2 points. So we're going to label our points with x1, y1 for the first point and x2, y2 for the second point. We then plug those values into our slope formula. M is equal to y2, which is 1, minus y1, which is 3, over x2, which is 0, minus x1, which is -1. Remember, minus a negative makes it a positive, so what we really have is -2 over +1, or m is equal to -2, just like we found using the table. For the final method, we are going to look at a graph. Now, slope is rise over run, meaning we want to count the distance vertically between the 2 points. In this case, from this point to this point, we are going to go down 2. So -2, and we are going to go right 1. So +1 for the horizontal distance. We then say m is equal to -2 over 1, which simplifies to -2 once again. Alternatively, you could just count the rise as 2 and the run as 1. 2 over 1 is 2, and then it's negative because the graph points downwards from left to right. Either way, you now know all 3 methods of finding slope. Next, let's try finding our intercepts. To find the x-intercept, we want to find the place where the graph crosses the x-axis. To do so, we are going to plug in 0 for y and solve for x. So our answer will be a point, which is an x value, 0. To find the y-intercept, or the place where the line crosses the y-axis, we plug in 0 for x and solve for y. Our y-intercept will always be a point, 0, a y-coordinate. Let's try an example. Find the x and y intercepts of the line 4x plus 5y equals 0. To find our x-intercept, we're going to let y be 0. So we're going to take that equation and we're going to replace y with 0. We now have 4x plus 5 times 0 equals 20. Since 5 times 0 is 0, this term actually cancels out and we are left with 4x equals 20. However, we are not done because we want to know what x is equal to. We want to solve for x. To do so, we need to get rid of this times 4. And we get rid of times 4 on the left by dividing by 4. And whatever we do to the left side, we have to do to the right. So now we have 4 divided by 4 is 1, so we're just left with x, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. So x is equal to 5, and our x-intercept is the point 5, 0. We get this by plugging in our x value of 5 and our y value of 0. Next, let's try finding our y-intercept. If we let x be 0, that means we need to replace all of our x's with 0. So we now have 4 times 0 plus 5y equals 20, and 4 times 0 is just 0, meaning it cancels out. We are then left with 5y equals 20, and since we want to solve for y, we need to divide both sides by 5 to get rid of the times 5. We now have 5 and 5 cancel out to give us y, and 20 divided by 5 is 4, so y is equal to 4, and our final point after plugging in our x and y values is 0, 4. Now you know how to find your x and y intercept. Next, let's learn about the 3 forms of linear equations. Standard form is written as ax plus by equals c. So all of your variables are on the left and your constant is on the right. Also, a, b, and c must all be integers, meaning you cannot have fractions or decimals. Next is slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Here, m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. The final form is point-slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1, where m is the slope, x1 is the x-coordinate of the point, and y1 is the y-coordinate of the point. Let's try an example. Write an equation in slope-intercept form that goes to the points 2, -3 and 3, -4. First things first, we want to write this in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. To do so, we will need a slope and a y-intercept. So let's go ahead and find the slope first. You can do this using any of the 3 methods we talked about earlier. I'm going to go ahead and label both of my points x1, y1 and x2, y2, and then use our slope formula, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Here, y2 is -4 and y1 is -3, so we're going to subtract -4 minus -3, which gives us -4 plus 3, or -1. Then, for our change in x, we have x2 is 3 and x1 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. So now we can divide. -1 divided by +1 is a -1, so our slope is -1. Next, we need to find our y-intercept so we can finish up slope-intercept form. Unfortunately, we were not given our y-intercept, so instead, we're going to put our equation in a different form and then convert. Since we are given points as well as the slope, let's go ahead and use our first point, 2, -3, and plug into the point-slope formula alongside our slope of -1. Y minus y1, which is -3, is equal to our slope -1 times x minus x1, which is 2. Now that we've got point-slope form, let's go ahead and convert to the form we want, which is slope-intercept form. To do this, we need to get y by itself. So first, let's simplify and get rid of all of the parentheses. So y minus -3 gives us a y plus 3. And then when we distribute the -1 times x is -1x, and -1 times -2 is 2. We now have y plus 3 is equal to -1x plus 2. To get y by itself, we need to get rid of this plus 3 by subtracting 3. These cancel out and we are left with y on the left. But whatever we do to the left, we gotta do to the right. -1x stays the same, and 2 minus 3 gives us a -1, so our final answer is y is equal to -x minus 1. For the 3 forms of linear equations, you need to know, first of all, how to take information you've been given and plug it into the formulas. Second, you need to be able to identify important information such as the slope, the x-intercept, the y-intercept, or a point from any of those three equations. Third of all, you need to know how to convert between any of those three forms. And finally, you need to know how to graph them, which we will talk about in a second. So, how do you graph a line? Well, first of all, whatever form the equation is in, you need to convert that to slope-intercept form so that you can identify the m, slope, and b, y-intercept values. When you draw your graph, you're going to plot the y-intercept first, so the point first, then use the slope to travel from there. So the numerator will be the rise and the denominator will be the run. Let's try the example. Graph the line from the example above. So the equation of the line was y equals negative x minus 1. The slope is the number in front of x. Since there's no number here, there's an understood 1, so our slope is negative 1. Our y-intercept is then whatever is added to x. Here, we're actually subtracting 1, so that's the same thing as adding a negative 1. Our b value for our y-intercept is then negative 1, so we are going to plot the point 0, negative 1. That means from the axis, we're not going to move left or right, but we are going to go down 1. Now that we've plotted our y-intercept, we need to use our slope of negative 1 to find our next point. To do so, we need to turn this negative 1 into a fraction by putting it over 1. Our numerator tells us we're going to go down 1, and our denominator tells us we're going to go right 1. We then draw a line connecting our dots and extend that line out to either side, and we are done. This has been a review of linear equations and graphing.